What's going on, guys? Lawson Turner back with another episode of the Cover Two podcast. We just went over the Boston Miami game. Now let's dive into the late night game. The Dallas Mavericks take a 3-2 lead against the Los Angeles Clippers as the series goes back to Dallas. Now, I thought that the Mavs were going to win the series anyways, but it being 2-2, this is a very pivotal. I said pivotal tongue. I brain fart, but let's get straight into it. They take a 3-2 lead. Pivotal game 5. We know if a series is tied 2-2, the winner of game 5 wins the series and advances 82% of the time. Now, not just that, but LA just looked just they just weren't into it. I don't know if it was a mindset thing. I don't know if they used all their gas for game 4 and game 3. I don't know. Well, not game 3, but I don't know what it was. Like they just look disinterested in playing. Like we saw what Paul George and James Harden did just last game. Now, the thing that I took from game 4, I know we're talking about game 5, when you're up 30, you don't normally let teams even come within breathing distance of that in the second half. Especially to take the lead? Like that was just a bad sign, and I thought that it was a mental like, okay, we didn't blow this 30-point lead in game 4. Let's just go out there and I don't. Obviously, it's not that they didn't give it their all, even though at some points it looked like it. Paul George, 15 points, 11 rebounds is cool, but 4 of 13 from the floor, 2 for 6 from three. More. Where was what you just did in game 4 when no Kawhi and it's on you and James Harden? Harden, 7 points, 7 assists is fine. 2 for 12 from the floor, 1 for 7 from 3. He just looked, didn't want to be there. At least is what it looked like to me. It looked like he just genuinely didn't want to be there. Zubat, nice game, 15 points, 6 rebounds. Russell Westbrook was damn near unplayable in the 15 minutes that he did play. 6 points, 5 rebounds, 2 for 11, 0 for 3 from 3. He's never been that high efficiency guy. And he's really molded well into this come off the bench, high energy, lead the second unit guy. But last game, it was just bad. It was just bad. And there's some nights where it just doesn't go in. Now let's transition into what the Mavs three, to my opinion, the 3 stars of the game for Dallas. Luka, 35 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists. This is what Luka does in the playoffs. It's just it's what he does. And if he doesn't score 30 and have double-digit assists or damn near, it's like, oh my God, did Luka play bad? It was like in the Lakers Nuggets series when, oh, Jokic doesn't look like he's playing good, and you look up and he's got 25, 20, and 10. Luka, he hasn't found. Now he was entering the game with a bummy knee, which he's had majority of the series, and flu-like symptoms. Sick, but went out there, played almost 40 minutes, and dropped 35 and 10 assists. Kyrie, I think this was Kyrie's worst game of the playoffs so far. 14 points, 40 rebounds, 6 assists, 6 for 14, 1 for 7 for 3. But, pardon me, he didn't turn the ball over. He kept it clean, and Luka also, who can be a high turnover guy if the more physical you play with Luka, you're just gonna wear him down over the course of a game. And Luka kept it clean with only 2 turnovers, but it's about Kyrie. Kyrie, he led the team with a plus 35 in plus minus. He was awesome, 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 awesome. It's this Mavs team. Outside of Luka and Kyrie, they don't have household names, but they have a lot of pieces that play well together, and they're locked in on offense and on arguably the more important and impactful floor on defense. There, Luka has for his entire career he hasn't been a good defender, a good on-ball defender. But there are games that has happened throughout the series where he's locked Paul George and James Harden up, and I'm like, wow. When you see Luka engage, it's not like it's due to lack of size. Tall, long, good hands. Defense is about will and effort. And the fact that you have your best player whose calling card is on the offensive end. He doesn't hang his hat on defense, but he's like, well, I have a running mate now who can pick up what I if I'm having an off night, he can pick up the slack, and I need to be engaged because a lot of their role players are energy guys. Daniel Gafford, high energy, explosiveness guy. PJ Washington, energy. Derrick Jones Jr., energy. And now let's dive into the role player of the night. We saw Maxi Kleba come out here, play all 12 minutes of the second quarter, and hit 4 threes, and went 5 of 7 from the floor. All he took was threes. When you have Maxi Kleba, just go out there and let it fly. We know he's not gonna. He's a stretch floor who's not gonna play. Not gonna play defense. Not double negative. But but it amazed me how confident he looked. And he's been, okay in the series. He's been fine. But I thought in the second quarter, that's when he really started to not pull the game away. Because it was a close game after the first quarter. In the first quarter, the Mavericks were only up one. And then from the 4:28 mark to the 13.6 mark in the second quarter, they're going a 13-2 run. And what have I been hounding on this whole postseason? These championship level contending teams, they're going to go on runs. And it's how can you counteract, or how can you, like, the Clippers going almost 4.5 minutes with scoring only 2 points. You can't have that. And then in the third quarter, it gets opened up with from the 10:29 mark to the 4:24 mark, 20-4. Like, these are long stretches by a team that hangs its hat on. They hang their hat on ISOs and offense going. Excuse me, 6 minutes with 4 points. And it's not like they don't have good, wing defenders to at least make it tough. But it looked like Dallas was just getting anything they wanted early in the shot clock, late in the shot clock. They were just the better team last night, and I think they're the better team overall. And then like, how do we end up with it being a 30-point blowout? Oh, from the 11:50 mark to the 5:40 mark, the Mavs going a 15-3 run. That's just something that it looks like it's getting easier for Luka and Kyrie. They both have been outstanding all year long, but it looks like just the repetition, the reps that they're getting against high level team. Now, the Clippers are a good team when whole. With no Kawhi, it's tough because you don't have that extra long, amazing hands, quick reflexes, strong defender to throw at Luka or Kyrie to just make it tough, wear them down a little bit. It's tough. Now, it sucks when it sucks for the Clippers when the Mavs go 47 of 87, that's 54%, and 14 of 39 from 3, that's 35, round up 36%, and the Clippers go 33 of 87. That's 37.9. Round up, say 38. And 9 for 35 from 3. They got outshot by 15 just from threes. That's 25.7% that the Clippers shot from 3 last night. And if your shot's not going, you gotta steal possessions. The Clippers lost the turnover battle by 5. Dallas only had 8. Clippers had 13. And those 13 turnovers that the Clippers had led to 21 Mavs points, while Dallas's 8 turnovers only led to 7 Clipper points. And then stealing possessions, the Clippers won the offensive rebound battle. Now, Dallas isn't a big team, and Zubats can damn near just shrug guys off and generate offensive rebounds and tap outs and things of that nature. But when the Clippers win 14-9 and they end up losing the second chance points battle, those 14 offensive rebounds only led to 9 points, and Dallas's 9 offensive rebounds led to 11 points. So that's the biggest thing for me. It's like, what? Who's gonna be the role player that steps up in Game 6? Because if the Clippers want this to go, well, they need this to go to 7. Is it a Norman Powell game? Is it a Terrence Mann game? Does Ty Lue give Bones Highland more minutes? Not more, any minutes, because he's barely played this postseason. Is it a Westbrook? I'm sure Westbrook's going to get booed out the ass in Dallas. Does he channel it into positivity and play positive? I don't know. I don't know. Can he be like the Taz from Looney Tunes, contained violence and rage? Because he can play angry and get downhill, and he's still crazy athletic at this stage of his career. Can he contain it? That's the thing. Well, that's all I have for you guys in this video. The winner of this series will go on to face the Oklahoma City Thunder in the second round, which they completed the sweep of the Pelicans. Now, Game 6 is going to be important. It's going to be awesome, and I'm excited for it. Well, like I mentioned, I'm going to stop rambling. That's all I have for you guys. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at thecover2pod26. 2 on Twitter. On our Twitter handle is TO. That link will also be in the description. Be sure to, if you're just scrolling through the YouTube and stop by, consider subbing. And if you check us out on Twitter, follow us there to stay up to date with the show. Interact with us on these NBA playoffs, because they have been electric through 2 weeks. Well, that's all I have for you guys for the Cover 2 podcast. I'm Lawson Turner. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.